His deck is bananas.
What's good, YouTube? With the release of Mythical Island, it seems like week to week the metagame has changed, whether it was the overhyping of Celebi, or the rise of Gyarados, or the secret weapon of Golem. And this week is no different, as we now see Aerodactyl EX take many spots as well as have much success versus everything in this meta. As a deck that on paper seems a little underwhelming, in practice you can see why this deck is doing as well as it's doing, and why I think it might have a little more staying power than Golem did. I want to start off by looking at the main card in the deck, which is Aerodactyl EX. As a stage 1 with 140 HP and a 2-cost attack dealing guaranteed 80 damage, his stats put him a tier above the random output that is Marowak EX, as well as puts him in the same conversation as cards like Starmie EX that have dominated the format in the past. The noticeable drawback is that Aero is a fossil Pokemon at the end of the day, so it generally hurts his consistency, but that's where the rest of the deck comes in. Following up the power of Aerodactyl EX is the aggression of the new Primate from Mythical Island, as alongside the genetic Apex Mankey, this is pretty much a mirror image of what Ponytail line does in the BLAINE decks. A clear downside to the Pokemon in this deck is that they aren't bulky by any means, but that's where Marshadow comes in to turn our biggest weakness into a strength, as his revenge attack tends to foil the opponent's plans, as well as occasionally checkmating them, as there's no way to escape the looming Marshadow. With that said, the real MVP of this deck, as well as why we keep seeing fighting decks do so well in the meta, has to be him only, as his stretch kick attack allows you to knock out Magikarps, as well as apply pressure to just benches in general that kind of fix your numbers going later on, to the point where I actually considered running a second one. When it comes to supporters, I felt the ratios were very flexible, but I could see prioritizing the second Geo over the second Sabrina how I have it here, but I believe it's ultimately personal preference. Overall, this is a very fun and aggressive deck that I wouldn't be surprised if it's a mainstay in the meta. Regardless, I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Please consider liking and subscribing, and stay pro. Going second with what could be a mirror match. We didn't have much of an option in our starting hand though. Let's see, he did give us a bench. We might just stay here and look at each other. I could place Old Amber, but again, I think we have to like... Let's go Pokeball first and see what our options are. Because if we could bait him into keeping the him only out to start poking damage, we can take the Farfetch'd out next turn. But let's play a game like that. Let's do that. Let's see here. Give an energy. Poke at the Farfetch'd in the back. I'm surprised that he put Farfetch'd. Well, I guess he knew he was going first, so like holding the Farfetch'd was almost better than putting it back there, honestly. We do win the race of like him onlys because we went second, so Marshadow could be a pain. Oh, but he didn't build up Marshadow, so yeah. Not too sure how good that was for him, but put an energy there and take our knockout before Marshadow could do anything about it. If he does poke with him only once again, he puts the Aerodactyl in range for the Marshadow, so we would hold him back, but we also have the Sabrina play. Let's see how he decides to go about this. Okay, yeah, he went for the Aerodactyl again, which, again, makes perfect sense. But now we force his hand out here. We go Sabrina. And he has to give us either the Marshadow or the Amber. I think we take it. Let's get the kill here. We're up 2 points to none. And yeah, we gave him the Primate. But we do have, okay, yeah. It was like we're way too ahead where we could start trading in a way where I don't see us losing that one. But GG's anyways. And now we go first against water. Going first, we're literally just passing. Well, looking at my hand, I thought one of these was a Mankey, but if it's against Gyarados, him only is the win con. And we have a Marshadow to build up. Seeing Druddigon and like honestly, it could be like a Froakie version. Like I do have it on the channel posted, like where it's just Druddigon with like a Tauros as like the support, I guess. But if this is pure water, like a Gyarados deck, which is like what I'm assuming because it's more popular, slash like the best deck currently, this him only is gonna have a good time. And Ruskin's only on the active month, so. No reason to not start building this up. And then next turn we set up the Marshadow. Hopefully we see an Old Amber or a Mankey or something. Okay, that's one way to do it. putting the Magikarp in the front. So we just now need to see a way to knock him out. Or a Sabrina. Asking you shall receive. Let's build up Marshadow and just show him we got it. Yeah. GG's. Alright, this time we're going first. Fortunately, our only starter is Marshadow. Fortunately though, not really. There's not much fortunate. I thought that was a dark type. It's a grass. So not having the Mankey line to be aggressive is putting us behind if this is like a Celebi deck. They have what seems perfect curve, you know. Clearly we don't know if they're gonna evolve or anything, but okay, it'll be really clutch if we see Primeape next turn. Unfortunately, we're only 6 cards deep into the deck, so okay, Pokeball's not gonna get us there. And he's already gonna start hitting for 50 next turn. Let's say he could hit. What's like the best way to go about it? Maybe it's definitely getting the Marshadow out of there. The question is, do we just start building a Marshadow or? I think so. And maybe I misplayed. Maybe the correct play there would have been to put the other Marshadow in the front, or like hold the X speed. And let Marshadow be the one that knocks out. If he has Geo here, I get punished. Okay, maybe we'll be good after all. Yeah, no Geo means we survived, and even more so now. It does kind of go against the idea that I had of. I was planning to like Sabrina and revenge the Marshadow, but that's no longer a possibility. We could poke for 20, and then we're a Geo away from, yeah. Yeah, ideally he actually knocked out the Mankey, and then we would have been able to Sabrina revenge the Servine, and then go from there, but now that play's completely out the window. This might make the video just out of pure unbelievable. Like, although I'm not in a position to win, of course. Let's see here. We got the Geo now. So we do have the Marshadow play looming. Let's build this up. I'm kind of scared of like Erica. I almost want Sabrina to like make him think like that he's safe. Let's see. We have to play around here. We have to play mind games because due to the start, like we didn't have the primate to apply real pressure. We're literally playing a losing game here. We can't just go head on anymore. So. Well, that means there's no Erica, so that's good. So the strategy is kind of working. Surprisingly. Yep, all we just need him to do is actually knock out this Mankey. Can he finally get heads? Just 2 of them. Bro, I was about to say you can't make this up. This man got what, 2, 8, like 11, 10 or 11 straight tails? And this was the plan like 2 turns ago. Or from the start almost. We would have lost to like an Erica. That's why I didn't want to poke the Mankey down to like... I didn't want to poke with Mankey to put the Celebi down to 90. And now we just need any KO here. Unless he has Leaf, he can't really... Okay, no, I just realized Servine just has one retreat crossed. The good thing though is he only has two coin flips. So we just need to win a 50-50 here. With 1 tails we're good. Although this guy is due. If anybody's due, is this guy. Yeah, I want to get... Okay, no, never mind. Not gonna complain. I was gonna say like I have to accept it. But yeah, this guy is not doing too hot. That Sabrina's gonna be helpful coming up, but let's preserve the Marshadow retreat cost here. Let's go here. Let's go research. That him only could come clutch, but let's hold it. There's a world where like maybe we should have just Marshadow for 40, but it doesn't like add up. That's another non-Erica turn. He might not be on Erica. Although no, there's a lot of deck left for him. Yeah, it's gonna come down to if he gets 3 out of 4, which again he's due, but I'd rather him not do that. Good start for us, and that's game. Good game. Yeah, this game started horrendous, like based on how fast he got to his point, but again, there's more to Pokemon Pocket than just putting your cards down. GG's. Alright, going second. Well, we see the Mankey Primate. We saw the Mankey. It is against water. We have the XP to switch it up, if anything. I almost want to... I'm gonna do it like this. So he sees the threat. Hey, yo. Well, he does protect his Magikarp 100%. Like, he's guaranteed having one to evolve into Gyarados. go Pokeball. Into research. Got the Primate. Let's go him only. We're still gonna get the knock. Like we're gonna take the knockout regardless. Let's go Marshadow. Okay, knockout number 1. But if he has Gyarados, which I assume he has Gyarados based on like the Magikarps that he put down. Because the only reason I could see like putting those 2 Magikarps as starters, well, besides the fact that maybe he drew into the Articuno. No, he had to have drawn to the Articuno. Okay, let's just say let's stop doing hypotheticals and just like. Okay, so that's not a Gyarados. Not a Gyarados. Okay. We have multiple ways here to get stuff going. We could always Sabrina. But Sabrina, the issue with Sabrina is that it doesn't win us anything like doing so, right? Like I much more rather do this. Because whether it's Gyarados or Articunos, excuse me, we're gonna have to like knock it out. That's another Sabrina. So like, doesn't really change the numbers. Just evolve here in hopes that red card, if he's playing red card, is like less enticing. And just put this in range for a Geo Marshadow that clearly we don't have, but he doesn't know that. Regardless of Magikarp, like even if it evolves into Gyarados, it's a long way from like actually being able to fight. There's the leaf. So this him only is not long for this earth. So if we draw Geo off the top, we're golden. I honestly thought he would like respect the Marshallow's 100 swing play a little bit more. This does get punished by the fact that we're only playing one him only, right? We can't hit this Articuno down. Oh, never mind. Everything I was saying, irrelevant. GG's to our opponent. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And by sometimes, I mean most of the time. That's the 3 points right there, GG. Alright. I think this is the first time. I think this is my 9th game. This is the first time I open the Mankey line. And we're going first, which means we body this Caterpie as soon as next turn. Him only is good, Marshallow's also good. So I'm gonna hold the second Mankey in hopes that the third spot goes to Old Amber for our Aerodactyl. He will be able to resolve one Fine Defend though. Nothing we could do about that one. There's the Celebi. And already with one energy going into this Caterpie is a turn like behind from the beating that we're about to like apply basically. Okay. We did get the Old Amber we were talking about, but let's go first here, Primate. Get the knockout, and then starting next turn we start building up our back line really. I'll probably prioritize Marshadow. Especially if this, yeah, if Celebi's in the front and we start hitting it for 50. I know it gets nullified by Erica, but the best like route would be Primate with 1 point, Marshallow's 1 point, and then the Aerodactyl, you know? Let's evolve Aerodactyl here. Feed Marshadow. And just punch. So this turn, if barring any Ericas, Marshadow like completely wipes this. So yeah, no Erica. He would have to like double potion, which I don't even know if they're on anymore. Let's see, we're not worried about Servine at all. There's one potion, does he have two? I'll stand corrected. If he has double potion, he got double potion. Doesn't change our play at all. We definitely just Marshadow hit for 100 and then again the main idea is to go 1 point, 1 point, and then Aerodactyl's our last the last final line of defense will be the Aerodactyl. It also helps that Primate didn't go down, so and he's already down to 2 potions. Let's start building Aerodactyl as well. Snagging for another 50. He's at 70 now. Which again, Erica nullifies, but he's at least he's out of potions. Okay, we're not worried about Superior. Man, if Aerodactyl also stopped evolving just in general, it'd be crazy. Okay, Sabrina. We do have the X speed, so I don't think we care for what we send out. But also, Sabrina guarantees no Erica. We have Kill on board, I don't know, whatever. To each their own. Yikes, okay. I was about to say coins don't lie, but he obliterated his poor him only. You know, and for the namesake of the deck, let's give the dub to the final shot to Aerodactyl. No time wasted, just straight into Land Crush. GG for Celebi. Alright, and going first against Fire, okay. We do have the Pokemon Professor's Research to like really thin out the deck immediately. Alright. Moltres. Maybe Charizard. I'm yet to understand, and I might never understand Moltres in a Ponyta, like a Blaine deck, but who am I to say? Let's go research first. There's Mankey, and now let's hope for truly I don't know what we're like reaching for at this point. Going first means that we don't get to attack and apply pressure, and it also means they get to ramp their 1 energy attackers, but our research hopefully gets us into like Primate and X speed, or I don't know, some combination of getting the pressure on board as well as like moving our line around. You have to assume he's on the Rapidash that requires 2 energy, like the Mythical Island Rapidash, if he's on this. But then again, people were doing this before, so. Well, both of them are online. There's the Primate, so ideally an X speed from this. Although, yeah. There's Primate. I guess we give more Shadow Energy. There's not much to do past that. Then next turn we have the ability to, hopefully we see X speed so that we could preserve the more Shadow Energy, but if not, we'll just swap it out real quick. There's Growlithe. That makes more sense with Moltres. And he's playing... Okay, whatever. I don't know. No comment. He's setting up to swing with this guy for 70. So there's that, always that. Hopefully now he gets low variants, like a bunch of tails. Because Arcanine does run through this deck. Well, he gets one. Not much to do there. Alright, so we can't preserve the energy at all. So... But I still think it's in our best interest to apply pressure. Especially on Moltres, that's worth 2 points. Alright, he's at 90. Unfortunately, well actually not unfortunately. Because he could hit for 70. Will he be on Geo and BLAINE? Maybe he's not on BLAINE at all. And Rapidash is just like a quick 40. I don't know. If he is on Geo, we lose Primeape and we don't have the Revenge kill, which is rough. We do, however, have a Primeape. Okay, yeah, so no Moltres. X speed, okay. We got our own X speed, so we don't have to waste the Primeape. And at the same time, we get to switch in the Primeape. We could switch in Primeape, deal 50. Or we could send in Hitmonlee and start poking the Growlithe in the back. Which would put his Arcanine at 120 on and go down to 100 as well. Now, but I think our best bet... Do I get hard punished for this? Possibly, but it just feels like too good of a play to pass up. And by too good, I mean like it applies enough pressure based on what we've seen, right? Like now Sabrina's in danger. If he brings up Ponyta, we could Geo it out. Like worst case scenario, he goes Arcanine, but even then, I don't know. I don't feel like too bad about our situation. Because Arcanine would come in at 150, goes down to 130. We hit it for another 50 with Primeape. Although that does read that he found the Arcanine. BLAINE, okay, so that doesn't read that he found Arcanine. Okay, so we traded 1 point for 1 point at this point. And we're gonna have the Marshadow online. Unfortunately, this old Amber's not gonna happen. We're basically trading this for whatever comes out, huh? Sabrina doesn't help. Geo doesn't add any numbers. Switching doesn't help either. So let's just get our KO in. And we're up 1 point. There's a world where swapping wouldn't matter because, like, yeah, we don't lose to this Ponyta. Like, now Ponyta knocks us out, right? Alright. Building up Ninetales, which is another threat. Another threat that loses to Marshadow, though. Like, honestly, our biggest fear is that Arcanine. So now we're even 1 point to 1 point, but we will claim the follow-up with this Primeape because of the Geo. And let's build up an Aerodactyl. Let's go Geo here. And realistically, I think we win because of Sabrina. If he sees the Arcanine. If he sees Arcanine, we just... And obviously takes out the Primeape, right? We're able to Marshadow hit anything on this board for 100. And it's looking that's what his lean is towards. So it wasn't the prettiest path to victory, but we got there. Like the only big brain play would have been like potioning the Moltres or something. Yeah. And our secret weapon that was like just not really secret, just sitting there all game. Give the energy. And Sabrina for game. Yeah, he's gonna run out the clock. Okay, GG's.